Hey you guys, Patty here. I've come back to update you all on my summer sewing plans. And my friend Pearl has decided to join us this morning. She's my old lady cat. She's 10 or 11, I forget which. But she follows me around quite a bit these days. She's just very, very sweet and loves attention. But anyway, we're going to talk about sewing. And I actually completed one of my pieces that I talked about in my summer sewing plans video a couple weeks ago. And I made a pair of the Lander pants. I made the white ones that I said I was going to make first. And overall, I'm pretty happy about the way they turned out. There was like a really huge mistake that happened that almost ruined the entire pair of pants, but I found a fix for it and I'm able to wear them, and I'll show you that. I'll get to that. But anyway, so here they are. They're a little rumpled, but they're just kind of, you know, this lightweight cotton canvas, or medium weight, I should say. They're really a medium weight. You know, they've got this button fly, and they're a little bit of a high waist, but not so much so that they're too high-waisted for me, because I'm a short-waisted person. But they actually, at first I thought they were too high in the waist, but now I think that they're really just right for me. And this was the first time I had ever made any sort of fly on pants, because I haven't really made pants very much before, just a couple of pairs of Pietra pants. And when I first started sewing, I made kind of some pajama pants that were just elasticated waist and elasticated at the ankles, and very simple. But I'm really pleased with these. The pockets, I like the patch pockets, big patch pockets on the front, patch pockets on the back, and I even put a funny little label on this back pocket. I'll show it up close. It says "nice bum." I don't know, those cracked me up. I bought them from Blackbird Fabrics, and not this last time I bought fabrics, but maybe about a year or two ago when I had another fabric haul from them. I threw in those labels, and this is the first time I've had to use them, and I just thought that was really funny, and I enjoy that. And I lined the pockets. You're supposed to line the pockets with another fabric, and I had this leftover quilting cotton that has little martini glasses, and so I put that as the lining for my pockets. Nobody sees that. It's not a lining that turns out. It's fully sewn in, you know, but it's just something that I know is there, and it makes me smile. So I love that fabric, and it's just a little, you know, one of those little hidden treasures that you get when you make your own clothes. You get to include little details sometimes that only you know, that bring you joy. So I think that's one of the great advantages of making your own things. You really get to customize it, and excuse me, my voice is a little gravelly today, but you get to customize things and put in little details that just bring you joy and pleasure. So now I really liked the way they turned out, but I don't know that this is a pattern that I'm going to make multiple garments of. The legs are quite wide, which is in style right now, but I don't know that that's the best silhouette on me. And I think I'm good with just having a couple of pairs of pants with wide legs. So I have these now, and I think these will be very versatile, and I'll wear these a lot this summer. So I am really pleased. I don't want you to get the impression that I don't like the pattern or something like that. I just think it has limited versatility in my wardrobe for multiple garments. But that being said, this pair will get a lot of wear this summer because they're kind of loose. They're 100% cotton, which I've said before, I love that in a pair of jeans or a pair of pants because they're comfortable. And it's so hot where I live in the summer. And so the wide leg allows for some airflow. And this isn't a twill, it's just kind of a woven, canvas. And it seems like it gets some airflow due to the wide legs and also the weave of the fabric. But, I had planned to make this pair as kind of my toile, my test garment, and then take what I learned from this and make a pair out of this. I don't think I'm going to do that now because the wide legs with this busy of a pattern, I think would just be too much, honestly. So I'm going to save this fabric and maybe when I make my jeans, I might make a pair of jeans out of this. But I had a second thought about that and thought, this would make a nice jacket too. I could make another Ilford jacket, like a workwear style jacket, and I think that would be really cool, and probably I would get the most wear out of this if I use it for that purpose. So I'm going to ruminate on this for a few weeks and decide what I really want to do with this. So setting that aside and changing my plans, that's the great thing about it. You can test something out and then you really find out what that pattern will do for you, Now I'm going to tell you about what almost turned into a real tragedy. So you can see this is, a button fly, which I love button fly pants. I haven't done a whole lot of buttonholes, but I've done enough to sufficiently feel really comfortable about it and not afraid of messing it up. And, I stitched them and I put in some fray check to make it more stable and to keep it from kind of fraying once I cut the buttonholes. And I used my my seam ripper, and this one did great, this one did great, this one did great, and I got to the last one and all of a sudden my seam ripper slipped and went like on a diagonal completely outside the buttonhole and just, I thought, ruined the whole thing. And I thought, what am I gonna do? So what I ended up doing was putting the whole thing, putting it just under my sewing machine and zigzagging back and forth, stitching that tear completely back together. And I knew at that point too that I could not at that point go back and cut into that buttonhole because it would just fall apart. So I left it all zigzag together, and I went over it multiple times. I don't think I can get close enough to show you. And I put the button on this side instead of on this side of the fly. So when it's buttoned up, you can't really tell. I mean, unless someone's really staring at my crotch, which I hope they're not. But, you know, it sticks out a little bit more here, but just a passing glance, you know, nobody's going to really notice that. And my shirts tend to come down a little bit, so I don't think people will notice that this final button here is sticking out higher than the ones that are actually functioning buttons. So that was my big screw up on these pants, but I don't know, a little creative ingenuity, and you know, everything worked out. Now the length, I decided to do the ankle length, and I cut them so. I sort of wish I had just cut the full length boot cut ones and then adjusted the hem from there, because when I cut these, I realized that the raw edge hit exactly where a cuffed pair or hemmed pair of pants would need to hit my ankle. So if I tried to hem them, they were going to be way too short and they would look weird, you know. So I decided to just let them do a raw edge with some, you know, and let them naturally fringe. And I like the way that turned out. I was really pleased. It kind of gives a casual, summery, kind of beachy look to them. And yeah, so little mistakes ended up being fixed or ended up turning into design elements like this. But I guess that's part of the learning process, you know. Otherwise, I didn't have to make any fit adjustments or pattern adjustments to this pattern. So they really did fit the way they were intended to on my body. I just think I only have room for so many wide leg pants in my wardrobe, and I think I've fulfilled that quota now with these and with my Pietra pants, the linen ones, the herringbone check linen ones. So I'm gonna throw these on and I'll show you what they look like on, and you can kind of see the fit on me, and I think you'll see where I'm coming from, that yeah, these are really wide leg pants on me. But I don't know, I'm pleased with them. So I'll be right back. Okay, so you can see this is what they look like on. And like I said, they're pretty wide in the legs, but they fit nicely, kind of a relaxed fit through the hips, and they pull a little bit through here. I think that may be more of a fabric thing than a fit issue, because they really kind of fit perfectly. And so here's my little tag. But anyway, super duper comfortable, very pleased with them. But yeah, I'll get a lot of wear out of them, but I don't need to make a second pair. But it is a pattern I recommend. So anyway, thank you all for joining me today, and I'll be back soon, I hope, with another video on how I'm progressing through my sewing plans. I think I'm gonna make the overalls next, the Riley overalls from True Bias. I'm tempted to go ahead and make a pair of jeans, just go straight into the jeans, but I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I can't really start on them today, but I might think about it over the next week, and then start sewing. Maybe make a t-shirt or two in between. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining me. And like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.